Okay.
Lovely.
Hey guys! Welcome back to the Fated Friends podcast with Jackie. We are on episode 8 right now, and we are going to be talking about YouTubers versus influencers today. This is going to be a very interesting topic.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited too. So I don't actually know where to start this one off, actually, to be honest. Where do we start?
The first thing I want to say is, I'm sorry, I know people hate the word influencer.
I knew that was coming.
Because I do as well.
Same.
So, maybe we can call it, like, social media personality? I hate that as well. We're gonna agree. No one likes the term influencer. We're just gonna use it for this context, so excuse us, please. Do you want to, like, begin, or I don't even know where to begin. I feel like, I guess I'll just begin. I'm sorry. I feel like it's been, of course, YouTube is an ever-changing thing, and we say this all the time, but I feel YouTube has once again changed.
Yes.
Not shocking. I feel like, again, for like the 100th time. I feel like now, the place where we're at with everyone is people have continued to stay on the path of YouTube and actually make content that they want to make and not feed into like clickbait and stuff like that. They're just doing something they're more passionate about, or they've gone down the path of kind of stopping YouTube and more focusing on other social media like Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, and kind of getting just kind of away from the platform of YouTube and focusing more on their life and showing it on social media, if that made sense.
That's so true. It's a strange one, isn't it, really? It's kind of like when certain people hit like that point.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways they kind of like ping off at that point, and it's kind of crazy to see. And it's sometimes it's a shame when it's your favorite like YouTuber who's kind of like less on YouTube, more doing businessy stuff, which is great for them if that's their life. Obviously, that's totally cool. Yeah. But it's a strange one because either they start their own businesses or they focus more on that kind of stuff or releasing products.
Anything, books, on TV. I feel like it's just
anything.
This has never happened to like this kind of extreme level sort of a thing. So I feel like now it's kind of weird. Well, not weird, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like an odd adjustment that like, is YouTube like fading out, or is it just they've been on it so long that it's just not their passion anymore?
I think that's like the ultimate question, really, isn't it? It's kind of like,
yeah,
are they secretly just staying there because it's now become like an income source for them, and they don't upload as regular and whatnot, and then not in my case, I'm just don't upload, but
same here.
Just in before the people say it. Or is it because they want to explore other options that eventually down the line they're going to bring better content for their channel because they really want more for their channel? It's hard because you don't know.
You don't know. I think that's the thing. Like, my example, I mean, everyone kind of knew of like the British YouTubers when they were really popular, like Zoe, Alfie, Joe, Marcus, Tanya, Louise, whoever else I'm not including, sorry. But it's like
Casper Lee, I suppose.
Yeah, I was gonna throw in Casper. No offense, Casper, I'm sorry. But I feel like they kind of showed the divide really well, even amongst themselves. Like, I feel like Zoe, Louise, Alfie have kind of stayed more on the YouTube path. Like, I know Zoe kind of just upload. I mean, I don't watch any of their stuff really anymore, but I feel like Zoe just kind of uploads the really long vlogs. I don't know if it's like weekly or whatever, but she just kind of is showing what she's doing in her life. It's like this weird cycle. Like, she's just filming her life, which then makes her content, and then she's just filming her life, which is her content. I guess that's daily vlogging. Summed up. You're welcome. That was dumb. I'm sorry. She daily vlogs. Okay, whatever. And then you have people like Joe, who's gone off to do what is the show called in the UK? That dancing
Strictly
show.
Come Dancing.
That. He's gone off to like do that, and he's in a relationship with what's her name?
Oh god, I can't remember her name.
Oh no, I don't know.
One of the dancers.
Yeah, sorry. And like, I feel he's going off and like doing things in like real life, and not that nothing's real life, but like more like reality TV and like normal like old school sort of television. And like, I feel, I don't even know if Marcus posts videos anymore. I know he's very much into fashion, and he's on Instagram all the time, and is like traveling with his girlfriend. if they're still in a relationship. I don't know. I don't follow these people now anymore. It's that weird thing of like, I used to religiously watch them, and now they've either just kind of stayed on YouTube and I don't care for their content anymore, or they've kind of gone off YouTube and have started like their own businesses, like you've said, or gone down. I feel like a lot of people, it's books, fashion, travel, acting sort of a thing.
That's the thing, and I'm the same as you. I used to watch them religiously, and when they collabed together, oh my lord,
millions of views.
It was the best thing since sliced bread, honestly.
It honestly was.
It really was. I still remember that time. It's Alfie and Marcus, I think, were in one of their kitchens or something. They're just messing about.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm living for this. This is content.
I know.
Brilliant.
Now
I look back at it. I know. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like that was what YouTube was, and that's where it was, for me, it was the best thing, like where people were just themselves and having a laugh with their mates.
Yeah. That's why I'm
not trying to be controversial.
No.
Yeah, and I think that's like, but you look at them now, and like you said with Zoella's very much like, I think she's more focused on her vlogging, which for me, as I've gotten a bit older, I actually don't mind watching, even though she doesn't upload that often, and there are kind of gaps as well. I just find it interesting looking into her life, but with people like Joe, I know he does vlog. I looked the other day, but I just couldn't kind of enjoy his vlogs anymore. And I know he's doing like a West End thing now. He's doing like a show or something. He's just done Strictly Come Dancing, and none of that appeals to me really. I'm like, no, I like YouTube for the YouTube content, and there's certain things that YouTube brings that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah,
and I kind of feel like Joe, for example, has kind of merged like general
he's got more
life
like traditional media. Kind of bringing it into YouTube, or trying to.
That's the thing.
Which I honestly don't feel like it's ever gonna mix.
No.
I don't think it's just ever gonna work. They're two very different things. I really
don't. And I don't know what Marcus is doing. Like you said, last week I checked, he seems to be modelling or doing something for fashion. Which is great for him.
If he
but
loves
again,
it, like, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's just...
That's the thing.
It's weird to me, like... I just think I never thought this was going to happen with YouTube, like, because it was weird. I saw like a post someone like retweeted on Twitter, and it's like, I don't even know who the people were, but it was two guys, and like, oh, like filming a collab to go up, and just looking at the photo brought me back to like 2013 YouTube. Like they had like the button down like pattern shirts, like both sitting there ready to film, and I was like, it just felt like such a throwback. Like, do people still make content like that? I don't even know. I feel like it's so... That's such an old thing that people are now doing more what they're actually like passionate about and care about, and I feel like clickbait's kind of... I mean, it's still important, but I feel like there were a couple years where clickbait and everything fake was like, you know, with like the Paul brothers was like really popular, and I feel like that's not a thing anymore, or as much.
I agree. It's what was I saw the other day? It was like Logan Paul versus KSI boxing match again in November. And for me, like, I'm sure that's entertaining for so many people, but for me, I don't want to see it. It's boring. Like,
I don't think YouTube... you're the demographic, to be fair.
No, like, do you know what I mean? I'm just like, cool, awesome. Two guys just having a brawl and selling tickets for a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
I just don't find that entertaining, but I kind of miss that old YouTube where it was people's personal lives and you can relate to what they're going through and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like you said, I do think clickbait is slowly dying. I think it's not as bad as it used to be.
No.
Or I don't think people are being fooled by it as much as they used to be.
Yeah, I think it's kind of that.
And I do really hope that YouTube goes through a time where, or a long time, where it's just authentic, genuine people make general content that is just interesting, whether it's about their life or them achieving something because of YouTube that you can just relate to, makes you want to go out and do cool things. I feel like that needs to come back because, again, I think that's where like the YouTuber tag comes in compared to the influencer. To me, influencers are people where it's like they're trying to influence people's lives, and a lot of people like that are bad influencers. Yeah, and I feel like when I say people that I always watch who do general content, I'm like, that's a YouTuber for sure, or a content creator, whichever one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Called. Yeah.
No, because I feel like it's that weird thing. Like, I feel even though YouTube has kind of been around longer, and like these people that are now famous from Instagram or like TikTok or whatever is even more talked about in like traditional media or on the news, and it's like, but these YouTubers have been like, some people are still around that have been making content for years and still have millions of subscribers, and we're talking about like these models on like Instagram or someone on Instagram. It's like, maybe, I don't know, it's just, why is YouTube still kind of like that weird niche thing when like an influencer or someone on Instagram is more popular and easy to talk about? Like, it's weird to me.
It is very strange. It's, to be honest, I completely 100% agree with you on that, actually. It is really strange that YouTube kind of panders to people like that.
Yeah.
It baffles me. It really, really does. Where, like you said, there are people that have been around for a while who have been wholesome, they've not had any issues with their channels, but they've been really genuine and great, and they're well loved. But YouTube just doesn't seem interested.
I think that's the exact problem, is they don't cause drama. That's the thing. People only talk about drama.
Generates views, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like anytime you hear about someone or something, it's like rarely ever a good thing on the internet.
That's so true.
I feel like it's always someone fighting, or someone said this to someone, or like, it's always just a mess. So I feel like that's why people rely so much on clickbait and like the negativity, because it's like, that's what we've given power to. Because I think people just kind of feed off of it, which is kind of sad.
God, that's so true. That is so true.
I just feel like, because we only talked about this like a week or something ago, and kind of realizing the split of like, there are still people that I watch that are just YouTubers. I would consider them YouTubers. Like, they post not daily, but like every week and stuff, and like that's their main focus. And like, they'll post a photo on Instagram or two to like kind of keep you updated, or like post about their life on Twitter, but that isn't their main source.
Oh my god, that usually only happens to me, not you.
So we're back. We had some technical difficulties on my end. My camera died because my camera didn't, I can't even speak. I put the wrong SD card in that didn't have enough storage room, so my clip just ended. But we're back. What was I talking about? That's a good question. I think the point I was making was that this just feels weird to jump back into, sorry. Sorry, that just felt so weird. I know there's no gap for you guys, but like, a lot just happened in between. Okay. I just had to put that out there. So what I was saying, I think, is that there are YouTubers I watch that like, it's what YouTube is to me. It's like, YouTube is their full-time job. They post every week, and they're fully invested in their content, and like, they'll post here and there on Instagram and a couple posts there on Twitter to keep you updated, but like, YouTube's their main source. So I think it's a weird jump to me that now people just have like Instagram or Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, as like their main source of content. And the weird thing is, what I keep saying weird in this video, the odd thing is, when now people transition from being like Instagrammers or on TikTok to then going onto YouTube, it's like happening like the reverse order, and like then they try to, it's like when people on Vine, when that died, tried to jump onto YouTube, and that was really weird to me. I said weird again. I've been thrown off by this whole recording thing. Liam, you can talk.
I see what you mean. It's like, it feels like interesting for me. I think interesting for when YouTubers try and jump on like something like Vine or TikTok, or to try it out, but kind of YouTube is their main thing still. Mm-hmm. Nine times out of 10, I'll be honest, I don't think a lot of people do well on when they jump from one to the other.
Not usually.
But when it seems to be when it's TikTok or Vine to a platform like YouTube, for me, for some weird reason, I get the vibe that it seems to, one, work really well for them.
Yeah.
But also it kind of creates people who kind of unfortunately fit into that niche of like, what's the way to put it? It's like they bait people into things, clickbaiters, like
it's
the negative
like,
side of YouTube in a sense, really.
It's
like,
just for entertainment value.
Yeah,
like not
that's
like
the thing.
Personal.
Yeah, which actually, now you said that actually I think is why, to me, it feels like when YouTubers try to jump to those kind of platforms, it doesn't fit, because they're trying to be genuine to fake, not fake all the time, but trying a new like, outlet of funny, or whatever you want to call it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, but when it goes from reverse to entertainment to YouTube, they bring over the entertainment value, and it's great, and
it's
someone might get 5 seconds of fame, or then it's, I don't know, it's just not appealing to me. I think that's why, that's why YouTube probably does really well with certain creators like that.
I feel like it's also, I know. I feel like it's also that thing that like, I feel we're such in like an old school mindset with YouTube, and like we have things that we like people obviously like creators that like we don't like for that reason, like follow people. Like I'm sure, I think it's also that thing, just people age. Like with the British YouTubers I were talking about, like have grown, and maybe they just have outgrown YouTube, and that's fine. And like that's why they've gone off and done books, or just traveling now, or have their own like management companies or whatever. It's just, I think that's why it's like odd to me, because it's that transition of people that I watched and I like grew up with, I guess you can say, on YouTube, have now come into the transition where they're getting older and leaving YouTube, and like there's probably a newer generation coming in that I'm not aware of. So I think that's kind of like like hard to settle with. Like people I watch, it's just kind of outdated and like they're not popular anymore. Maybe that's why we're having such an odd time with this.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it is a strange one where it's kind of like the people that we used to watch were like the main ones, and then they've been kind of pushed up the ladder in a sense of where they've hit a certain point of fame, I suppose.
Yeah,
I hate using that word,
it's YouTube thing.
Yeah, that it's kind of made way for other people, and it's almost like it's picked 5 people at random, for example, or 5 people moved on, 5 people at random, and you don't know what you're going to get, and it just so happens that it's a completely different kettle of fish, completely different people. 9 times out of 10 it is younger people, which then makes me feel old. And then
we are old, Liam, accept it.
I'm like a 13, 14 year old like doing really well, making millions. I'm like, well, okay, what am I doing with my life? But
I know, it makes you question what you're doing.
Yeah, who am I? But it's so strange. But then when those people move on, it makes way for a whole new different generation of YouTubers, and it's strange because, like you said, I still stick with the people that I usually watch.
Yeah.
Unless I find like 1 or 2 people who seem to be like, oh, cool, this seems to be someone who I've been around for a while that I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
And they're quite, I'm into gaming at the moment, so this person's perfect, or I'm into something else and this is perfect. But the general ones that do like, what they call it, it's like variety content in a sense, or like lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've always been ones that I've always watched, and there's not as many brilliant lifestyle people at the moment, I don't feel.
No, I feel like it's kind of changed. I feel like YouTube is just going through like another phase, and like there's just been so many phases that I feel like that sort of lifestyle variety vlogger thing has gone through so many different transformations that I don't even know what it means anymore on YouTube to like be lifestyle. Like I don't know anymore. That's why I think everyone's just doing their own thing. It's just like either you just kind of get off the platform and you're kind of stepping away from YouTube and going into like more adult things. I feel like maybe they do that. Maybe it's just they feel more settled in their career and like no, they just want to be more serious with things, and I feel like that's why they kind of go off in these different directions, which is completely fair, because like if I was in their position I'd probably do the same exact thing.
Yeah, like so that's the thing, isn't it?
It's weird. Like, do you think if you were in that sort of position, I guess it's hard to tell, but like right now, if you were still passionate about YouTube and at their level, would you continue with YouTube, or would you kind of go down a more path, like if you had a book deal or travel or something?
I think, to be honest, and I know it's kind of ironic because we kind of like, we're not criticizing people like that, we're just observing and saying our observations. I do think I would, and for me, I think, me personally, I think YouTube, and I will never ever forget that YouTube is like a platform, if I ever got to that level, that got me there, and the people got me there from like people that watch and whatnot as well. And so if other opportunities come up from management companies that manage me, blah blah blah, down the line, I think I would take it, just so I know that my future in a sense is kind of set up just in case something like happens to YouTube, or I kind of get to a degree that that's what people are doing as well. But at the same time it's like, but I love YouTube and I want to watch these people, don't leave.
I know, it's
but
weird.
At the same time I'm like, I get it.
It's like I'd probably do the same thing too.
I was gonna say, what would you do?
See, I think it's that weird thing that I was even thinking about with my content, like going into more tarot, and like it's that thing I was even deciding, do I want to show my face on camera doing it or not? And I feel like I'm kind of stepping away from filming it more about my personal life, so I feel that would be easier to continue, because it's not like I am going to do like daily vlogging and then I just decide not to film my life anymore and pursue something else. I feel like the kind of content I want to start making is something I could always kind of do, even if it became more on the side after a time or something like that. So I feel But the thing is, the stuff I do could also get transitioned onto Instagram and like the IGTV or whatever that is on there. So it's like, I don't know.
That's the thing.
Like, I feel like I would continue, but if something bigger came up, that would become my main focus. Like you, I'd like kind of move on to something more stable. And like, it's funny saying like YouTube would become the side thing, because like it is that right now for us. But, like if it became the main thing and then something else came up that I felt was more like stable as a career and what I wanted to go for, then I'd probably put YouTube back on the side.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird to say.
It is strange to say, isn't it? Because you kind of have to put yourself in that position, and we're obviously not in that position at the moment, but we would. I mean, obviously, long term that would be awesome.
Well, yeah, right.
I mean, one of my favourite people who I always think has done this is Joey Graceffa. Is one of my. I still watch him to this day. He kind of stopped and fizzled out his vlogging, but he's actually now just brought it back after his dog had a baby and stuff like that.
I've seen that around.
And he does like gaming stuff still. He still does his Escape the Night thing on YouTube. But he did say in one of his recent vlogs that he's trying to approach these networks to come up with shows and stuff like that. And a lot of people have been like, oh, but that means you won't be on YouTube as much, this and the other. But at the same time, I'm like, but that's kind of his, that's a stepping stone. That's where he's going to go to next. Everything's got to develop.
Well, I feel like it's that thing.
I feel like he would still be here.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're right. That was it.
I feel like YouTube is that sort of thing. Like, it is now, or has become an entertainment business.
Yes.
So I feel like now it makes sense that if you get successful, like, it's not like these people. See, that's the thing. Like, people like Joey Graceffa have been here for a while. So I feel like I don't see them as like taking advantage of YouTube to just rise to fame and then do something else. I feel like people may do that now. I don't know. Kind of like get to YouTube fame and then you have all those followers, then you have leverage to do other things. Like, I don't know if people would want to even put in the effort to do that or if that's a thing, but I feel like these older YouTubers have just established themselves on here, have a following, and now are just kind of breaking free and doing their own thing.
100% agree with you on that. That's well put, actually, as well.
Thank you.
Well put. Yeah, but it's such an interesting topic. I feel like we could talk about this for absolutely ages.
I could talk about, we could talk about YouTube forever, so.
Oh my god.
And we will continue to.
Yeah. Coming up next time.
YouTube has changed. Number 27.
That's it. But yeah, it is an interesting one. YouTubers versus influencers. So guys, of course, as usual, we do want you to let us know what you think down below.
Yes.
Are we called YouTubers? Are they called influencers? Content creators? Social media people? Let us know down below. There might be ones that we're completely missing that actually sound perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know down below if anything that we've said you agree with, if you disagree with. Let's have a chat, a conversation in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Apologies, I hope I'm not ending this abruptly. I've just realised. Sounds right, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we're all right.
We're fine.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
In this video, it's fine.
But yeah, guys, if you've enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button. That will help us out a lot. And if you're brand new, hello. We are Jackie and Liam. Hi. Yeah, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification just so you get an update every time we upload a video and a podcast.
Which is more recently now.
Which is very recently. We're actually filming these well in advance, and we're doing a lot more editing stuff like this. I know, and Jackie's done incredibly at turning it around, the graphic stuff like that, how we look. We look fabulous. So yeah, guys, just a reminder that we are back. We do upload very often. And yeah, so be sure to stick around and let your voices be heard just like we have here. But yes, we will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And it is goodbye from us. Bye, guys.
You outro so much better than I do.
I just don't know where that outro came from.
Oh, it was great.